My boss Fiona had been sabotaging me for 6 months when I finally decided to let her hang herself with her own rope. The pattern started small, my presentations mysteriously missing slides minutes before client meetings, my name left off successful project credits, emails I never received that she swore she sent. Each incident seemed like it could be explained away, but I knew better. I'd seen her do this to 3 people before me, all young women who threatened her position as the only female senior manager. I tried the proper channels first. HR listened politely to my concerns, then suggested I document everything, while reminding me that Fiona had been with the company for 15 years. My direct complaints to the department head got me a lecture about being a team player. Even my mentor advised me to keep my head down and transfer departments when possible. The breaking point came when she switched our names on the Henderson proposal, the one I'd spent 3 weeks perfecting. She presented my work as hers to the board while I sat there watching. My actual submission, the one she'd reviewed and filled with errors, distributed under my name. The board praised her innovation. They questioned my competence. That's when I stopped trying to prove myself and started giving Fiona exactly what she wanted. The quarterly review was in 2 weeks. Fiona always presented the team's work, taking credit for our successes while subtly highlighting our failures as individual shortcomings. This time, I volunteered to compile the presentation materials, playing the eager junior employee trying to learn from her expertise. I created 2 versions. The one I showed Fiona was perfect. Charts, projections, client testimonials, everything she needed to shine. The one I uploaded to the shared drive the night before the review had a few special additions. Her login credentials showed she'd accessed and downloaded it at 11:47 p.m., making her final adjustments. The conference room was packed. Board members, department heads, even the CEO dialed in from Singapore. Fiona stood at the front, radiating confidence in her navy suit, clicking through slides I'd crafted to be her undoing. She reached slide 12, the department efficiency metrics, but instead of the sanitized version she expected, the real data appeared. The data showing how every project she'd personally managed had gone over budget, how every employee under her direct supervision had filed complaints or requested transfers, the correlation between her involvement and client dissatisfaction. Her face went pale, but she tried to continue. These numbers need context. Actually, I said, standing up from my seat, those numbers are directly from your own reports. I pulled them from the files you marked final version in the system. The room turned to look at me. My hands were steady. Slide 15 was even better. It showed the original Henderson proposal, my real one, with metadata proving I'd created it 3 days before she'd claimed authorship, side by side with the error-filled version she'd submitted under my name, with her digital fingerprints all over the edits. This is obviously, Fiona started. Your login shows you accessed these files last night. Tom from IT interrupted, checking his tablet. You were the last person to modify the presentation. Everything here came from your approved versions. The CEO's voice crackled through the speaker. Fiona, explain this immediately. She looked around the room, mouth opening and closing like a fish. 20 faces stared back, waiting. The HR director was taking notes. The department head who'd told me to be a team player wouldn't meet her eyes. She set me up, Fiona said, voice climbing. She's been planning this. I gave you exactly what you asked for, I said quietly. I compiled your data, your reports, your versions, the same way you've been handling my work for 6 months. If there's a problem with what's being presented, it's because there's a problem with what you've been doing. My mentor Sarah stood up from the back of the room. I've been documenting similar incidents. 3 employees transferred after reporting identical patterns of sabotage. I have their written statements. The CEO's voice was ice. Fiona, clear your office. Legal will contact you. She grabbed her laptop, her hands shaking, trying to maintain dignity as she walked out. As she passed my chair, she hissed, "You destroyed me." "No," I said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "You did that yourself." The door clicked shut behind her. The CEO asked me to continue the presentation with the real data. I clicked to the next slide and began.